to double take debate. Just having a look really at the NBA playoffs so far. Obviously, we've had the Heat cruise through. They've gone swept the Bucks. We had the Rockets have managed to pull a game back. We've had the Lakers have been swept. Grizzlies are all tied up. The Warriors are running away. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the playoffs right now. Just wanted to run through things that I kind of caught my eye. Dwight Howard getting ejected in the final game is a complete coward move. He knew what he was doing. He's been playing long enough to know that after one technical, another technical will get you kicked out of the game. And he went and done it anyway. I don't like this. I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be with him being the face of my franchise in terms of no Kobe, no one else. Because they've got to re-sign him. If they want to keep him, obviously in the summer, he's now an unrestricted free agent. There's a lot of rumbling saying he wants to go to Rockets, and I really, really like that match, him and Harden. If I were the Lakers, I'd try and do a sign-in trade. I don't think his mentality is what you need to live in Hollywood, to be the star, to be the main guy. I was impressed with the Rockets, speaking of them last night. Durant, again, tried to do it, and he shot much better this time round. He was really efficient on the ball. They just couldn't quite get enough stops, and Ibaka missed the layup at the buzzer. You know, these things happen. I'm very confident the Thunder will take it in the next game, the game 5 back in Oklahoma. And the Grizzlies-Clippers series is everything it was expected to be. I'm still backing the Grizzlies to win. I think Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph are just that good, and Mike Conley's a very good point guard who's starting to slowly, year on year, get the recognition he deserves. I think Chris Paul's good enough to really push them, but I don't have enough faith still in DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin, if I'm totally honest. I like pieces they've got. I think they've got some really good players, and there's just something about the Clippers I can't take seriously. I think the Spurs are going to do very well after sweeping the Lakers, because I think they're just going to get more healthy as the playoffs go on, and with a team with the talent that they have, and with Tim Duncan balling like it's 1999, it's going to be a fun time for San Antonio. I think they could go a long way. I think with the Thunder losing Westbrook, if they have really lost him and they're not just playing psychological games and putting no pressure on him and he returns later, they've got to be the favourites out west now. As much as I like Durant, it has to go to Spurs, and I'd still have Thunder actually at number 2 seed. And finally, one of my best impressive teams, and I think a lot of people, is the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry has been absolutely balling these playoffs. Besides maybe a lackluster game 1, the Warriors have reeled off 3 straight against a very heavily favoured Denver Nugget team. They're up 3-1. I think they'll take it, probably 4-2. I think Nuggets might win back in Denver, and as soon as they go back to the Bay Area, I think the Warriors will close out on home court. I really like this team. They can shoot the lights out, and they can stay in a game with anyone. They're like the most efficient run-and-gun team I think I've ever seen. They're not quite run-and-gun, maybe quick shots, but they are so efficient. They've got so many shooters that even if 2 are off, they've got 2 more that can come back. And with Bogut getting healthy and giving that low-post presence on defense and offense, they are not a team to be taken lightly. It's such a shame David Lee's gone down. I would have loved to see this team at full pelt. I think it's almost been a blessing in disguise against the Nuggets, because Harrison Barnes and going small has really worked out well for them. But I think the further and the deeper they get in the West, considering that I think they will go through, I think they'll miss David Lee, his presence on the low block, his ability to make plays from the post. But a great playoff so far. If I had to pick someone to win it in all, it would be the Heat, as I think many people's pick would be. But to pick the conference finalists, I'd actually like to go with... I would have said Bulls, but they can't seem to stay. Even without Rose, I would have said the Bulls to make the Eastern Conference Finals, but they can't seem to stay injury-free. I'm probably going to go with the Knicks and Heat, but I think the Heat will run over the Knicks. And I think in the West, I'd like to be adventurous and say something like the Warriors and Grizzlies, because I think Durant could really struggle in the next round with either the Clippers or Grizzlies without Westbrook by his side. But I'm going to have faith in Durant. I'm going to say he will make the Western Conference Finals and do his team justice. So we'll have the Thunder, and I think the Warriors. If it turns out to be a Warriors-Spurs matchup, that could be a really interesting matchup of teams. And I want to push the boat out and say the Warriors go through. I know it's a really risky one, so I'd have the Thunder and the Warriors. I'd have the Heat and the Knicks, and then I'd have a Heat and Thunder rematch in the finals. But we'll see. Playoffs, I'd love to know what you guys think. Keep me posted. Leave a comment below. Share, like us on Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. It's all on the site. Thanks for staying tuned. And let us know what you think of the playoffs so far.